I'm MWG and let's get right into the tech news. We can all agree that's the future of a smartphone. Have a phone that's the size of your phone right now, but then it folds out into an iPad or maybe it folds into a watch. That's the future, a foldable smartphone. But sadly, the reason you don't see any foldable smartphones out on the market because the technology for it doesn't exist yet. Just like the AR glasses that Apple is supposedly making. I'll talk about the prototypes and future projects of the foldable smartphone, probably most likely in the next video, if not a couple of videos from now. But this time, I'm talking about a foldable smartphone in 2017. You may be wondering, how is there a foldable smartphone in 2017 after I just told you the technology wasn't ready? Well, this foldable smartphone is cutting some edges. I mean, it looks just like a prototype. This 2017 foldable smartphone is a ZTE Axon M. Just to set some things straight, this phone costs $730. So you would be picking this phone over the Razer phone, over the Google Pixel, over an LG flagship. You would be picking ZTE's prototype over his company's flagships. The ZTE Axon M sure is an interesting phone to have if you like technology and just want to test some things out. But for $730, you would be crazy to buy this. If you have enough money, sure, it's fun to try. It's a prototype. It's for the future. But right now, it's a no-no. The ZTE Axon M is a dual 5.2-inch smartphone. Since the phone could fold out onto two displays, it kind of has a 10.4-inch display, which is kind of getting near the iPad level. Yes, iPad level with a foldable smartphone. That's the future goal. Remember, that's the future goal. But for right now, that is a no-no. From a design standpoint, it looks like two 2015 budget smartphones were nailed together to make a hinge so you could have a foldable smartphone. That's what it honestly looks like. I'm sorry if I'm hurting your feelings, but this phone does not look good. It is not a clean and sleek design. This phone honestly is a prototype for the future. I'm glad ZTE took this step to try and get things started, but it's just not ready yet. You don't see Apple coming out with AR glasses yet because it's not ready. Like I just said, it looks like two 2015 phones nailed together, and that's because of the huge bezels on the front of the phone. And that's a no-no in 2017. ZTE sure is the only phone company putting out a phone at a flagship price with bezels. Even OnePlus. You know OnePlus still has a phone for $500 without bezels. A pretty good deal. This phone sadly does not belong in 2017, but at least ZTE is taking this step towards the future. But the ZTE Axon M is good at one thing, and that's multitasking. No other smartphone, even the Note 8, which has a screen of approximately 7 inches, can't compete with the 10-inch ZTE Axon M. No phone can compete with its ability to multitask. Multitasking is when you have two apps open. So for example, you could be watching YouTube on one screen and then the other screen you could be text messaging someone, searching something up on the internet, etc. This phone obviously beats the rest in multitasking, but for everything else, the camera, the battery, the specs is below average, especially at its price. The OnePlus 5T completely blows this thing out of the water except for multitasking. If you like technology and just want to play around with a prototype for the future, this would be a good thing to do it, but it's $730. It would be good to buy this thing for $400, $300, $500, but for $700, that's way too much. I truly don't want to shame the phone, but I kind of have to. It's just not a good phone. I'm glad ZTE took the risk to do it. No other company would even think about that, especially Apple, but at least ZTE did it. But it sadly failed. This phone sure is an interesting prototype. It's just not ready yet. Not ready in 2017. Foldable smartphones are the future. They're just not ready yet in 2017. Most likely in the next video, I'm gonna go in depth on the history and the progress of foldable smartphones. And this Axon M sure is gonna be in it. The future is bright for foldable smartphones, but the Axon M is just a prototype. Make sure you smash the subscribe button right here to stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.